Improvement District does is that it creates long-term, consistent investment for Altrincham. So if the businesses think this is a good idea and something that they want to do and invest in, it could create anywhere between £160,000 and £280,000 per year for the next 5 years, investment in the town. And that investment would go on projects that the businesses want. So traditional projects other business improvement districts have done have been increasing marketing and promotion of the town, having increased the amount of events that are held in a town to bring people in. They have increased the niceness of the environment, the street scene. They've done planting displays, maps, so people can find their way around. So it can do all those sorts of things, but I think it's the long-term investment that is the real key for Altrincham. Well, that was a bid loan, so the Department for Communities and Local Government are very interested in having more business improvement districts around the country. So there's 185 of those at the moment and some in development. That £40,000 loan that we have succeeded in getting will pay for a consultant to help us do this and do it right. It's a legal process in effect, so we have to do it with full consultation of the business community. And by having a consultant in place means that if the businesses decide they want to do this, when that decision is taken, it stands up legally. It also means that we've got money to pay for the communications, because as part of that consultation we need to talk to about 400, 500 businesses, and we need to, when we produce the proposal, we need to share that with 400 to 500 businesses. That's a lot of photocopying and a lot of printing. So unfortunately these things cost money, but to do it right, we need to spend that money. Now, I will be looking to make savings wherever I can, so I am not intending that this will cost £40,000, but we've got that if we need it. I think the key is the way that business rates work doesn't give those businesses control over the money that they're spending in business rates. Business rates are collected by the council locally, but they are handed to national government, and then basically the local government get back less than they collect. A levy would be collected in Altrincham, would stay in Altrincham, and be spent on the thing that those businesses want to happen. So they have complete control over what that levy is. It's typically between 1 and 1.5%. They would have control over how much it is. They would have control over who's in and who's out, who's covered by it, who isn't, the area in which that is collected. But that is spent by a company set up for the purpose, that's independent and run by the businesses who the money is collected on behalf of. So you've got to see it as investment. It's more of a business investment district than a business improvement district, and I think it's that control that should appeal to the businesses here. That frustration, but I think with any business you've got to make a judgment over what you spend and how you spend it. So this is entirely a business decision. So when that draft proposal is created, they need to have a look at that draft proposal and think, right, well, on the basis of that proposal and this amount of money, does that make sense for my business? Is that going to increase my turnover and increase my profits? Is that going to be good for Altrincham? And that's just the decision that they have to make, really. Bids elsewhere have done projects which help that issue by making the streets cleaner. So they've employed rangers to pick up extra litter, empty the bins on a more frequent basis. They've employed people to do deep cleaning and get rid of chewing gum. They've employed people to clean shop fronts and do some jet washing. And those are all things that improve the general desirability of a town. And that is something that, if the businesses wanted to, could be part of a business improvement district for Altrincham. A business improvement district can only do things that are additional to what the council already does. And those are not really things that the council does. And on Stamford New Road, where you have had empty units and they've been empty for a few years, there is quite a lot of muck and dirt, and it doesn't look that attractive a prospect. I think that'll improve anyway, because as soon as the interchange opens and the hospital opens, you'll have an increased foot flow through and it becomes a more attractive proposition. But I think there are things that, like that jet washing, get rid of chewing gum, that a business improvement district could do that would just make it sparkle that little bit more anyway and be that more of a desirable proposition. At the moment we're trying to raise awareness of the idea, so trying to get people talking about the idea. We've got some pages on our website, altrincham.co.uk, that explain a little bit more about the project and what can and couldn't be done about it. We've got a survey out at the moment which is asking people to let us know what they would like to see improved about Altrincham. The results of that survey will be taken and analysed, and then we'll have some focus groups in the new year. And what that'll do is it'll take the problems that that survey brings up and find solutions for them, cost them out, and then that'll be part of a draft proposal that is put to the vote. So it's a little way to go. We're looking at, in our heads, we've got a vote in about 12 months' time, so November 2015. So we've got a lot of discussion to happen first, and the survey is the beginning of that discussion. So I'd like to encourage all of the businesses in the centre of Altrincham to respond to that survey, and then we'll start having something to base our discussions on, and we can find some solutions.